Hi Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Sentimentally Yours new Charming 2 collection. I've already posted a couple of videos, so hopefully you've been able to watch those. If not, they're available. And do watch out for, there's a video that shows you lots and lots of different combos on how you can use the dies together and also with some of the layered differently, and I'll put the link to that video in the description for this one. You can find the products over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk and also over at Phil's store, which is honeypotcrafts.co.uk. So the sets I'm going to use today from the new Charmed collection are the Charmed Squares, the Charmed Ovals and the Charmed Circles. They're all Charmed Circles 2, Charmed Ovals 2, Charmed Squares 2. And as I've said before on my previous video, there's 9 dies in each of the layering sets, and they follow the same kind of theme. You've got a decorative die, then a plain die which has got a single deboss line around it, and you've got 3 pairs of those, and then you've got an embellishment frame. So this is just, it doesn't cut a solid out, it just cuts the embellishment out. Then you've got a small die for a sentiment, if you like. Also can be used multiple times to create a background, a patchwork background. And also you've got an embellishment die in the centre, and they've all got the same kind of format. I'm also going to use the Regency squares from the Layered Differently collection. And I'm also using the stitched torn squares as well, and 1 or 2 other bits and pieces which I will describe as and when we get to them. So let's start with some of our layers as before. So we're going to start back up, and the card I'm using is pure white and also the warm stone, which will be available over at Honeypot Crafts. So we're just going to stick this stitch torn square to this piece, and this is, I think it's 6 3/4 again. Yeah, so that'll go on a 7x7 card. So let's just stick these together first of all. So we're starting with our layers. Sentimentally Yours PVA as always. So just draw with it, rather than letting loads of glue drip out. You don't need loads of it, less is more. Let's see if we can get this straight on here. It's very hard because it's got that torn edge. It's very hard to get it to know whether you've got it right or not, but it looks right. And that's going to go under my mat to stay nice and flat. Good. Stuff everywhere. So next layer up, I've taken the largest of the charm squares and cut it out of the warm stone, and then I've cut the solid out of pure white card, and I've embossed it with the classic Flourish, and you can still see that inverted, the deboss detail around the edge there. I'm going to stick this down. So we see if we can get this lined up. It does distort it slightly when you emboss it, but I think that's good. So pretty. I know it's hard to see on the craft mat, but it's the detail of the dies is just lovely. Right, so that's that, and then I'm going to take a Regency square. So I'm not sure, I think I'll tell you which one it is. I think it's the largest. That's what Regency is. Yeah, it's the largest Regency square. Not inverted scallop on the Regency square set, because that's a square, but yeah, circle. And on this one, what I didn't do is grab my stamps. On this one we're going to stamp on the background, and I'm going to use the Doodle Dainty Hearts. So we're going to get, just use the mat in here, which probably means I'm going to mess up. I did put a clean one in. I'm going to probably mess it up straight away. So we're going to stamp the Doodle Dainty Hearts all over this die cut. And we're going to use Warm Stone Versafine Clair. Get a block. I'm not using my stamping platform as such. I'm just using the mat that's in here, just to give me a bit of cushion. So not Warm, Sand Dune Versafine Clair. Warm Stone is the card, and they work really well together. Doesn't have to be perfect. Most of it's going to be covered up anyway. Got my excuses already. Lots of tapping. Try and be methodical so that you get all of it. And we'll go there like that. I should have probably done it halfway, but I didn't. Oh look, it's messy. I need to make sure that I keep my hearts the right way up. Let's see if we can line this up. So where do we need to go? We need to go there, so it's this side. If you're worried, just ink up the whole thing. These new Versafine Clairs are very, very juicy. Let's see if we can get it on the camera so that it's lined up. I'm going with that. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So that's our back bit. Don't put your fingers all over it because the ink will be wet. And look at my clean sheet. It's not clean anymore, is it? While we're doing this, we might as well stamp the flowers as well. So for the flowers, I've got some Wonderfully Plain from the Floral Finery 2. I'll show you that in a second. And I'm going to stamp that with the Doodle Dainty dots rather than the hearts. Because for me, trying to get you flowers so the hearts are all pointing the right way is just too difficult. So we're going to use the dots instead. Wait. If I can find them. Where are you? There you are. Doodle Dainty dots. I have the hearts in stock, but I don't have the dots in stock. But they are in the mega sale section along with the Doodle Dainty stars. So do have a look in that section if they're still available. By the time this goes out, it might not be available anymore, but they might. Let's see if we can get that one straight so the whole stamp's on there. That'd be a good idea. This is one of the acrylic blocks in the Sentimentally Yours acrylic block section. So we've got all that size. 2 sizes. So I'm using the Wonderfully Plain from Floral Finery 2. I think I've got those in stock. And the Whimsy Foliage, I'm using the plain ones from the Whimsy Foliage. So some cards are going to have flowers on and some aren't. Let's have that there and that there. We should be able to get that there and that there. And should cover the whole thing. Right, and again we're going with the Sand Dune, so everything coordinates nicely. So useful, and obviously you can cut your flowers out of pattern papers, but having stamps like the texture stamps just means that you can create your own pattern papers. You can of course do it slightly different way, in that you can actually stamp your background and then die cut your flowers. It's up to you how you do it. Let's see if we can get all this on. Yep. Just having that bit of cushion underneath just does help a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Flowers aren't perfect. I might need my tweezers. Where have I put my tweezers? There they are. Are they? No, that's a splatter brush. There they are. Excuse me. There's our flowers and their little dots on. Pretty. Okie dokie. Sorry, I've got such a frog. Right, that's all this. Oh no, that's not all the stamping. We might as well do sentiment as well while we're at it. Let's go back a bit white. Put that away in a minute. So let's get. Might need magnets now, or might not. Who knows? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll grab a piece of kitchen roll. And we'll do the little fill technique, which may or may not work, but we'll see. Could have done that before and then preserved my piece of paper underneath. But that's what the piece of paper underneath is for. And you will find that they're called templates or something. Right, okie dokie. So I have, this is the smallest plain die from the Charmed 2 ovals. And I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of glue on the back so that it stays on my kitchen roll. The kitchen roll probably won't stay in place, but you know, I'm giving it a go. And I'm using the Sweetheart sentiments from the Floral Curios. Could be any sentiments you like. But some of these are, you know, they do fit nicely to the both of you. I quite like that one, that's quite nice. On your special day, could do that. It's got hearts on it, hasn't it? Let's have that one on your special day. And hopefully this hasn't got black ink all over it, because the Versafine Clair will not be the proper colour. Let's see if that's straightish. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I can just about get a magnet down there and a magnet there. Whoop. And again, I'm going to stamp that with the Sand Dune. Keep it all nice and subtle. If you want it to pop a little bit more, use one of the browns. Excuse me. Yeah, so acorn or pine cone. And if you want it to be more prominent, this should be fine. Hopefully I haven't inked it up too much. We'll see. On your special day, they're perfect. And the Sweetheart sentiments have got little hearts on them, which are really cute. Really sweet. And we can just lift that off there. I've just remembered I was going to ink around the edges on this one. Too late, I've already started sticking things down, so it's not going to happen. So for my next layer, I've got another Regency square, well obviously the inverted scallop, and I've embossed that with the Heart Lattice embossing folder. And I think I'm going to have it so that, well, I need my hearts to be nice and straight. So we're going to stick that down. I've got all these notes about what I want to do because I've got so many demos prepped, but I didn't write. I was going to edit with antique linen, but I obviously forgot. Oh dear, if I had a brain I'd be dangerous. Let's see. It's quite tight, this one on here. Work. Okie dokie, so that's that. And then I've got one of the embellishment, I can't show you, can I? Because I've got a piece of white card. I've got a piece of white card. I've got one of the embellishment dies. This is how they cut. So this is the oval embellishment die. So this is the one that is here. It's this one. So remember I said to you that it's not like the others, so it doesn't actually cut a solid out, it cuts the whole thing out, which is really cool. But you get this drop away piece as well, so if you want to, you can actually drop that back in place. And so we could do that, so we could then have that. It's got a bit of kitchen roll on the back. We could actually have that in the centre of there, which I might do actually, because I think it makes it more look like a cameo. So I think we might do that. I'm sorry about this frog. It won't go away. So I think what we'll do is we'll start sticking our layers together and give the ink a chance to dry on the flowers, and then we will do the flowers and then we will be done. So 2mm foam tape on the back of our layers. So you don't have to do 2mm, you can do 1mm, whatever you want to. You're doing flat. But I'm running out of foam tape. So we are going to get the bin, don't make a mess, and we are going to put some Prit on the foam tape. So that we can move it a wee bit if we need to. So I'm going to move it up a bit so I can see around the camera. That's pretty good. And then this one's going to go on here. Pretty. And tape, there it is. Again, a bit more Prit. There's nothing difficult about these cards. They're really easy to do because the work is all done by those beautiful dies. A little bit blue there. This is just going to go. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could do it like that, but obviously not. Maybe not with this particular die because this is quite a big one, but the next one down. So I need to make sure this is equal on my stitch border. That's pretty good. And then we're going to go for our circle. I'm not missing one, am I? So, I thought I had another Regency. Maybe not. On the outside. I did. I stamped one. There it is. I knew there was something missing. I was going to glue that on there. It's going to be what's it on there now. Right. I knew there was something missing. But hang on a minute. I'll stamp that. I was going to just stick this on, but it's going to be my heart's up the right way now. And that's going to be top and bottom. Okay, that would have been a bit of a disaster not having that, wouldn't it? Because that just sets it off a little bit. So that's why I was going to ink around the edges. It's not happening. More foam tape. I think I'm going to have to try and find some more before I finish doing all these videos. I've got a lot for you. And remember, they're there forever, and because it's free to watch, so you don't have to pay any subscription fees or anything like that. You just skip the adverts when you're allowed, so you know. And this circle is, we've got the pointy bit there, pointy bit there. That should be even ish. Pretty. And then we're going to have, this is going to go on here. Now it's going on obviously going on an embossed background, which is always a little bit dodgy. So we're going to, let's scribble. A bit of PVA on our crash sheet. You can also glue it to the background and then emboss the background once the glue's dry, and that's quite a nice effect as well. You could also cut it out of self-adhesive sheet, and I do recommend the Elizabeth Craft Designs one for that. And I do sell the 4-inch rolls as well as the sheets. Highly recommend them. I never think to do it. Let's see. I want that to be lined up with that central one there and that central one there. Pressed out. Tidy up before I stick something in it. Maybe I'll treat myself to another piece of kitchen roll. That's a little bit manky. Okay, right. So I'm thinking that I might, oh, that's my sentiment. I'm thinking that I might use that. Is that one? I think there's a certain way it has to go in. Yeah, it goes in there like that. Thinking I might use that because I do quite like that with that. Checking out the camera. Yeah, I do quite like that. So we are gonna put that in there. I could raise it as well, but I think I'm just going to slot it in. That's the cat sharpening his claws on the scratching post. Love sharing my room with my cat. I don't mind actually. Okay. Go in there like so. Give that a chance to stick. And then we'll raise up the sentiment because it's got this bit of stuff on the back anyway. I think I might, because I've got this tiny bit left over from my previous demo. I might just put a little bit just either side of the oval there, just so that it doesn't flop. Back off. Again, we'll have a little bit of Prit. This one here. Okay. And then we want the flowers, so we need to shape the flowers because the flowers aren't shaped. But this is where we're at so far. Very elegant, beautiful. Right, so flowers. Let's get rid of the leaves. Oh, we've got those little flowers there as well. So I've used the 6 petal flowers, and I've used the the tiniest of the 4 petal flowers to act as a stamen for the centre. Let's just do them just like this with my fingers. I think I was going to, I can't make my mind up whether to use the same size together or the 2 different sizes. Let's have a look. We'll have a look, see what it looks like. Do I want to have, or do I want to have, I think we're going to go like the same sizes together. I'm uncomfortable with different sizes. Like that. And where's my little tool? So this one. I think we just drag the petals in. Oop. I do all 4. And then we turn that over. Just pop that in the centre there. Glue. In that case, a lot of glue. Tweezers. Do I need tweezers? I don't need tweezers. I might in a minute. And then we'll have this one just offsetting them slightly, because they are 6 petals, so they're even numbers. And then we'll have, as I say, we're using the tiny ones like stamens. That's going to go in the centre. if you've got any of the stamen die sets, obviously you can use those instead. In there. We'll just leave it for a second, and then we'll find a pearl. And we're going to go for the porcelain white. It's always in the way of the leaves. And I think we might just be able to get a 5 in there. Normally I'd leave them longer, but we're not going to. We're going to finish this. Pick up 2 tomatoes. I'll push it in there. Just flatten out the flower just a wee bit. Okay. There's our flowers. There they are. Pretty. And so we're going to have, I'm only going to do 2, so we're just going to have 1 down here, and we're going to have 1 up there, and we're going to just tuck some leaves in as well. Oh, dirty mark. Where did that come from? Oh, gosh. Can't be doing with dirty marks. At least it's not ink. Don't know where it came from. Panic. Right, I think I might have, we've got these leaves here. I might put these on first, because we're dealing with lots of layers here, and I don't normally have this much foam tape on. So I think we might have it just like that. Don't want the little one. So I'm going to put the leaves on first. And hopefully they won't get damaged when I send them into the studios. But we'll find out, won't we? This is always the faffy bit when you do the flowers. Flowers and leaves, faffy bits. I might be able to get a little bit of glue behind that there as well. Where did that go? There it is. The more I can secure, the better. Because then it won't get snagged. Okay, now we get the flower on. It's going to go there. Pretty. Very pretty. And then we'll have this one up here. Do we want the little leaves up here? That's the question. We could do, couldn't we? Because it's a smaller flower, so it can have smaller leaves. We'll do that. Hopefully I won't regret doing this first. I'll soon find out. It is what it is. And then we'll have the flower. Yeah, that's fine. That's just fine. I think what we'll do is we'll just have, oh, glue. We'll just have a couple of pearls here. pearls there. So I'm going to go for, I think I'm going to go for a bigger one. Oh, it won't turn over for me. I'm going to go for, am I? No, I'm going to go for the 5. I might go for a 3 as well. Oh, there we go. Or should we go to 2 5s? Decisions, decisions. That is a tiny one. We're going 2 5s. That's what we're doing. Hopefully that will stick, because that's sticking to my finger. That's on a embossed bit. We'll see. Okay, happy with that. I just dropped a pearl. There we go. It's the top. So there we are. All done. Pretty, 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 pretty card with pretty dies. Absolutely beautiful. I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm quite happy with the result. So as I said, you can find the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. There are loads of videos on there, and there are going to be lots and lots of videos with this new Charming 2 collection. And yeah, thank you for watching.